35 students of the Kumasi Technical Institute who were arrested following a clash with the police on Tuesday have since been granted bail.
The police, however, say they will be required to assist them with investigations. News broke on Joy News Prime on Tuesday when the police stormed the campus in pursuit of some students they say pelted them with stones early in the day. This was after the police had tried to restore order on some of the streets in Kumasi where the students who were jubilating over their performance in an inter-school sports competition allegedly blocked some roads, impeding vehicular movements. The students' accounts point to severe beatings by the police amid firing of tear gas and live ammunition. Some suffocating students, at least 14 of them who sustained injuries, have been hospitalized. Some of the students who witnessed the confrontation gave the following accounts.
Please, Pacho, we go up my area. We not my we go up my area. Pacho, me.
What's the name? We don't know so much. We don't want country. So we be.
And demonstrating students had earlier on Wednesday demonstrated on the campus calling for their detained colleagues to be released.
The school's principal, Dr. Abeko Apre, has been explaining how the police defied logic, according to him, and invaded their school.
Abibio Express. It was from there that the police began to attack them, to stop them from using the route or so, as I hear. And they came as far as to the children's park, where some of them were arrested. So they ran away and joined another group that was coming through the main road from Amakum traffic to the Zongo area, the railway line. And in their numbers, naturally they blocked the road. So I'm told that a police officer came to pass by and he asked them to disperse. But in that mood, naturally it would be difficult for instructions to be heard by all people and to be acceded to by all of them, and so they did not. So he called for reinforcement. And the moment you call for reinforcement, naturally it connotes a dangerous situation which must go and coil. And so they came. And the students, when they saw the police, the siren blowing, according to the police themselves, they rather went wild and were jubilating the more. So some of them, the police vehicle driving into them, attempted to throw stones, and some threw stones. And so it became a confrontation. So at the point the police started firing rubber bullets and tear gas and whatever. It happened at Waik Junction there. So they ran away to the school. And when children run away to their school, it tells you that I have stopped doing what I am doing. I have obeyed you as to what you say I should do. And so please, my hands are up. So they came to the school. And the unfortunate thing happened that the police rather decided not to stop at Wayek and go back after the student had obeyed their instruction. But they followed them to the school, firing tear gas and rubber bullets and even live bullets. And they went to the dormitory to beat those who didn't even know what was going on outside. I'm told they went to the dining hall to attend the food that was really available for boarding students. And so it was a terrible situation. A lot of them were arrested and some were wounded.
And that's the principal of the Kumasi Technical Institute, Dr. Abeko Apre. But we also had Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, who is the Education Minister, visiting the premises of the school. He condemned the incident and said it will be investigated.
An incident, very bad incident has occurred on the campus of KTI, and we just have to get to the bottom of it. The police have been inside KTI, inside students' dormitory, shot at them, shot at masters. We have to listen to the side of the police. I have seen live bullets. I've seen rubber bullets. So I don't know if there was a situation then in KTI that necessitated live bullets. So we'll find out. That's what I want to do.
Has any educational protocols been broken?
What do you mean by educational protocol?
I mean, in the conduct of the police in dealing with such a situation.
If you don't find out, can you talk? No, I can't talk before I find out. I'll listen to the side of the police and then we'll take it from there.
And other stories, from bicycles to motorbikes, women in Bawku, like many parts of northern Ghana, compete with men on the streets and roads in their daily commuting schedules. Whether
for short errands or long-distance travel, the iron horses, as they are known in the local dialect, provide the most convenient means of transportation. Here's our colleague Mahmoud Mohammed Nuruddin with the following report.
Sumaila Zulayhatu is among many women who own and ride motorbikes in Bawku. Ever since Zulaya started riding motorbike, her daily engagements have become easier. She is now able to get a lot of work done.
I feel comfortable because mostly if I'm going somewhere, it makes things easier for me. It's very easy, comfortable, and like if you are riding, you have to be like a little bit careful. That's all, because some people don't like the negative aspect, like accident and such.
Due to the long distances they walk to and from their workplaces, women in Bawku have chosen this mode of transportation to reduce commuter costs to save time and money.
I feel okay, it's normal, because that's the only means of transport here. Yeah, I don't like entering those motorkings, so I feel normal with my motorbike.
Osman Ali Matu has been riding motorbike for about 15 years now.
But that is the only means of transportation we have here. It's not everybody that can afford a car. And that is what we use for our daily activities. So the only thing, even though I vow not to use a motorbike, but I had no option than to use it because that's the only means of transportation we have in this town. And there are no taxis, so it's not all of us that can use.
It seems the sky is the limit for Bawku women, but riding the motorbikes also comes with its challenges, the unexpected crashes.
I had a slight accident, but not just something big. That was when I was going to my school with my motor one morning. I got to a sandy place and the back tire had a flat tire. And you know, the place was very sandy. It has to tilt me down, and in fact, I really enjoyed the pain on that day.
I was riding and a man was standing. I didn't know he was going to move the bike. He didn't show any navigator to indicate he was moving. Before I got closer to him, he just took a curve and I fell with the bike. Had a lot of bruises. I regretted because I was hospitalized for some days.
Alimatu's life was eventually saved and she has been more cautious ever since.
I decided to be more careful when riding, and I no longer speed when I'm riding. I ride slowly.
There are others who have had fractures in accidents, but will this deter the women in Bawku to return perhaps the less risky bicycle? Well, Rahina Tual Hassan does not own a motorbike, but she admits the motorbike will help her meet her targets at the workplace.
And sometimes we do go for workshops and then other things. So maybe if I get it and I'm to attend a workshop, maybe I can just like use my own motorbike and then go. Than to go and then beg. And you even sit. Then the person will call and say, oh, bring my motorbike. I want to go to this place. I want to do that. I want to.
Now, the lack of a standby ambulance at the Sekuma Hospital, where most of the victims of the January 31 school disaster were taken, has been cited as a reason for the high number of deaths from the accident. 6 children died and dozens were injured when a wall collapsed on kindergarten pupils at the Jamra Methodist School at Breman, Sekuma in the Central Region. Medical workers at the Sekuma Hospital, however, told Joy News a standby ambulance could have saved some lives. Justice Baidu has more.
Good morning.
The cry of a child still terrified by memories of his classroom block falling over him. He's one of the few children lucky to have escaped the January 31 disaster at the Breman Jamra Methodist School. Little Lucy Amwa, she too a victim of the accident, was supposed to have been taken to the hospital after it happened. But her mother, unable to fund her hospital bill, is now taking matters in her own hands.
We've got to apologize for the break in the news, but let's get back right on track. President Akufo-Addo and the United Kingdom's Foreign Affairs Minister Boris Johnson have committed to deepening trade and improving the living conditions of the people. The UK's Foreign Minister was on a day's visit to Ghana Wednesday to consolidate UK bilateral relations with Ghana and agree on special areas of cooperation. Addressing the media after a closed-door session, President Akufo-Addo said trade and initiatives that will improve the living standards of Ghanaians were discussed.
I think it's been a very good discussion. I've enjoyed it. And I think a lot of work is being done to make sure that the relations between us and Great Britain continue to be on an even keel, and that the areas for greater trade cooperation, business cooperation, both sides looking at that and seeing what can be done to improve. At the end of the day, we're both concerned about what we can do to improve the lives of our various peoples, and that is the main consideration. But let me also give the chance to the Foreign Secretary to say a few words.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Well, can I say what an absolute pleasure and honor it is to be welcomed here by you today and to be in Ghana for the first time in my life. It's been too long delayed, my arrival in Ghana. Of course, as you know, where I used to be mayor of London, and in our great city, we were the fortunate beneficiaries of many, many Ghanaians who contributed massively to our society and still do. In fact, we have several Ghanaian MPs in the UK, or MPs of Ghanaian extraction in the UK, as you may know. It's a huge pleasure to be able to congratulate you, Mr. President, personally on your triumph of, I think, 38 days ago, or roughly speaking, and to see your government getting smoothly underway and getting ready to meet all the challenges that I know the people of Ghana want you to meet. And I think we've had some great discussions about our historic relationship. I said that it went back 60 years. You pointed out that it went back rather longer than that.
Absolutely.
I think you were historically accurate on that point. But we hope to have an even deeper friendship going forward. And particularly, we want to make sure that British firms come here in ever greater numbers and greater strength to invest in Ghana and if I may say so, take advantage of the fantastic opportunities there are in this wonderful country. So it's been great to spend some time with you, Mr. President, to discuss matters of common interest, including lots of foreign policy and security questions where clearly we share a joint interest in ensuring the stability of the region, which affects us in Europe as much as anybody else.
And the UK Foreign Minister has since left the country. That's it for the AM News. Stay with us. We've got the newspapers, which is right after this.